The bank manager's face turned the color of paper, like the blood had simply abandoned him. His hand shook as he reached for the desk phone. "Lock the front doors," he whispered to the teller. "Call the police. Right now." He looked at me like I had placed something dangerous on his counter, not a worn, old passbook that smelled like dust and cedar. "My name is Marlo Pierce. I'm 30 years old, and I work as a paralegal at a small firm in Columbus, Ohio. I spend my days organizing evidence, tracking timelines, and watching people lie with perfect posture. I thought I knew what betrayal looked like. I just didn't expect it to wear my mother's smile. 2 days earlier, I was standing beside a gravesite, my shoes sinking slightly into wet February grass, listening to my mother speak about my grandfather like she was reading a press release. The words were polished. The tears were optional. She talked about family and legacy and how proud she was to have cared for him. My grandfather, Everett Pierce, was 88, a retired bookkeeper who lived in a quiet farmhouse outside Lancaster. He wasn't rich in the way people brag about, but he was the kind of man who never missed a bill and never wasted a dollar. He grew tomatoes, played chess on the porch, and kept every important document in a place you'd never guess. My mother, Reagan, hated that about him. She said it was paranoia. She said it was old age. She said it was proof he couldn't be trusted with his own life. My brother, Dashiell, nodded at everything she said. He arrived late to the funeral in a suit so crisp it looked uncomfortable, shook hands like he was running for office, then spent the reception talking about interest rates and investment strategies, while my grandfather's picture sat beside a tray of bland potato salad. I watched them both, and something in my stomach stayed tight the entire time. Because 2 weeks before Grandpa died, I visited him after work. He was frail, but his eyes were sharp, the way they always were when he watched a chessboard. He pulled me close and spoke so quietly I had to lean in. "The passbook," he said, "the chessbook, only you. Promise me, Marlo." I promised, because the way his fingers gripped mine felt like fear, not confusion. After the funeral, everyone gathered at the farmhouse. Reagan walked room to room talking about selling the property as if she was touring a house she already owned. Dashiell followed behind her, casually checking his phone, occasionally adding, "We should list it fast. The market's good." I slipped away to Grandpa's study. The room smelled like old paper and peppermint gum. His chess books lined the shelf, and I found the one he always used to test me. A thick hardcover, heavy with a faded photo of a board on the front. When I pulled it out, it felt wrong. Too heavy. I opened it and my breath caught. The pages had been hollowed out, cleanly cut, and inside was a leather passbook, worn and old-fashioned, like it belonged in a museum. Tucked beside it was a folded note in my grandfather's neat handwriting. My hands were shaking when I walked back into the living room, because I didn't yet understand what I was holding, but I knew it mattered. Reagan saw it immediately. She crossed the room so fast her heels clicked like warning shots. She snatched it from my hands, flipped it open, and her smile didn't disappear, but her eyes did something colder. "Oh my God," she laughed. "This junk again. He saved everything. It's worthless." Then she turned and dropped it straight into the kitchen trash, like she was trying to bury it under coffee grounds and paper plates before anyone could notice. "Don't dig through his things, Marlo," she said, voice suddenly firm. "It's inappropriate." Dashiell chuckled from the couch, always the sentimental one. They exchanged a look, quick, practiced. I saw it because I noticed things for a living. That night, I couldn't sleep. If it was worthless, why did Reagan move like she was putting out a fire? Why did she need to throw it away immediately instead of leaving it on a table? Why did Grandpa warn me, with that urgency, only you? At 5:03 a.m., I drove back to the farmhouse in the dark. The house was silent, still holding the shape of him. I went to the kitchen, pulled the trash bag out, and dug through funeral leftovers like a desperate raccoon in a blazer. My fingers found the passbook near the bottom, damp but intact. When I opened it, the account number inside didn't match the age of the book. The formatting looked too modern, too clean, like someone had dressed a newer account in an old costume. And then I found Grandpa's second note, hidden in the spine. They don't know about this one. Ask for the full access log. Trust the paper, not the people, only you. My throat went dry. I took photos. I backed them up. Then I drove home and waited for the phone to ring, because people who are hiding something always reach out when they sense the ground shifting. At 10:11 a.m., Reagan called with a voice so sweet it almost made me laugh. Just checking on you, honey. Hard week. You didn't take anything from the farmhouse, did you? We need to catalog for probate before the sale. I lied smoothly, just one of Grandpa's books. There was a pause, that tiny silence where I could hear her calculating. Good, she said, softer. And Marlo, stop digging, your grandfather wasn't himself. He got confused. At 7:02 p.m., Dashiell called, acting like we were close, acting like he cared. Mom says you've been asking questions, he said. You don't need to worry about any of this. Mom's handling the money side. I'll handle the property side, just let it go. When the call ended, I stared at my wall and realized they had already decided who got what. Reagan, Dashiell, and me, the girl who asked too many questions, was supposed to stay quiet. So the next morning, I took a personal day and drove to the bank branch listed inside the passbook. A small town location that had survived mergers and rebranding, the kind of place with old carpeting and a bowl of mints that tasted like regret. The teller smiled until she typed the account number into her computer. Then her face changed. She excused herself. 20 minutes passed. I sat in the lobby listening to the hum of fluorescent lights, telling myself I was being dramatic, telling myself Reagan was right, telling myself this was nothing. Then the manager appeared, a man with gray at his temples and a tie that looked expensive. He took the passbook like it might bite him, led me into his office, and shut the door. He stared at the screen on his computer for a long time, like he was reading a ghost. And then his face went white. His hand trembled as he reached for the phone. Lock the front doors, he whispered. Call the police now. My phone buzzed in my pocket at the exact same moment. A text from Reagan. Where are you right now, Marlo? I turned my phone face down on my lap, like I could hide from her by hiding the screen. The bank manager, whose nameplate read Rhodes Bennett, didn't sit back down. He stayed standing, one hand braced on the desk, the other hovering over the keyboard as if he was afraid the computer might change its mind if he looked away. I need to ask you something, he said, voice low. Did anyone else know you were coming here today? My throat felt tight. No. His eyes flicked to the closed blinds, then to the security camera in the corner of the office. This account is flagged, he said. Flagged like overdraft, suspicious activity. I tried to keep my voice calm, but it came out thin. Rhodes swallowed. Flagged like prior attempted access, flagged like fraud protocols. The word fraud made my stomach drop. I'd heard it in client meetings, in courtroom whispers, in the careful language lawyers use when they don't want to accuse someone outright. Hearing it attached to my grandfather felt unreal. I'm his granddaughter, I said. I brought his death certificate. I brought my ID. I'm not trying to do anything wrong. I know, Rhodes said quickly. This is not about you. This is about what happened before you walked into this building. My phone buzzed again. A second text from Reagan. Answer me, now. Rhodes watched my expression change and knew immediately. Your mother, he asked. I didn't speak. I just nodded once. Rhodes's jaw tightened. Okay, he said. Listen carefully. Whatever you do, do not tell anyone you're here. If someone attempted access before, they may try again. And if they have been waiting for this account to surface, you walking in today just lit up every alarm we have. Every alarm. The phrase made my skin go cold. A knock came at the office door, sharp and controlled. Rhodes opened it a crack and spoke quietly to someone outside. 2 uniformed officers stepped in a moment later, followed by a woman in a dark blazer with her hair pulled back tight and eyes that looked like they never missed details. Financial Crimes Unit, she said. Detective Holland Mercer. The world tilted. This was not a misunderstanding. This was not me being dramatic. People didn't call financial crimes for a misunderstanding. Rhodes explained everything again, faster this time. The flagged account, prior access attempt, document inconsistencies, and the fact that I was family here with proper identification. Detective Mercer turned to me. "Marlo Pierce," she said, reading my name from her notes. "Tell me in your own words why you brought this passbook in." I forced a breath into my lungs. My grandfather hid it inside a hollowed-out chess book. My mother threw it in the trash at the farmhouse. She called it worthless. But she was angry, too angry, and he told me before he died only you, so I went back, retrieved it, and came here. Holland's eyes narrowed at the mention of my mother. "Your mother was angry about an old passbook." "Yes," I said, like she wanted it gone. Rhodes shifted a folder toward her. "The prior attempt to access this account was in 2016, he said. "The name on the paperwork matches the surname on Miss Pierce's documents." Holland didn't look surprised, just grim. "That's what I expected." My pulse hammered. "It was her," I whispered. Holland didn't confirm, but her silence answered for her. Rhodes slid a printed report across the desk, and I saw enough to understand. Someone had brought power of attorney documents. Someone had presented a signature that didn't match archived signature cards. Someone had tried to move money out, but the bank's verification system had stopped it. Holland looked up at me again. "You said your grandfather was a bookkeeper, organized." "He was," I said. "He kept records for everything." "Then there's a good chance he left more than a passbook," she said. "And if your mother tried before, it means she knew the account existed, or she suspected it." My mouth went dry. "What's in the account?" Rhodes's eyes flicked to the screen again. He hesitated, like he hated the number. "It's over 2 million, he said quietly. For a second, my brain refused to process it. My grandfather, who wore the same coat for 10 years, who complained about wasting electricity, who lived in that quiet farmhouse, had $2 million sitting untouched. I made a sound I didn't recognize, half laugh, half gasp. Rhodes didn't smile. Holland didn't either. 2 million means motive, Holland said. And if the prior attempt involved forged documents, we're looking at a serious crime. My phone buzzed again, and this time it wasn't my mother. It was Dashiell. "Mom says you're acting weird. Call me." I stared at the message until the letters blurred. Holland saw my face. "Turn your phone off," she ordered gently. "Right now." I did it. The screen went black, like I had cut the last thread holding me to the illusion of family. Rhodes leaned forward. "Detective, there's another problem," he said. "Someone is asking for her at the front." Holland's eyes sharpened. "Who?" Rhodes's voice dropped. "A woman says she's her mother." My chest tightened so hard it hurt. Reagan had found me. The knock on the office door came again, louder this time, sharper, like whoever stood on the other side had decided patience was optional. Detective Holland Mercer moved first. She stepped between me and the door without asking, one hand raised toward Rhodes in a silent signal. "Do not open it," she said calmly. A voice followed immediately after, muffled through the wood but unmistakable. "Marlo," my mother called. "I know you're in there. This is ridiculous. You need to come out right now." Hearing her say my name made my stomach twist. Not worried, not afraid, commanding. The same tone she used when I was 12 and spilled juice on the carpet. The same tone she used when she decided something was over, finished, erased. Rhodes looked pale. "She showed ID at the front desk," he whispered. "She demanded to see you." Holland turned to me. "Did you tell her where you were going today?" "No," I said, my voice shook, but the answer was firm. "She guessed." "Or she was watching," Holland said quietly. The doorknob rattled. "Marlo," Reagan said again, louder now. "You are embarrassing yourself. Whatever nonsense you think you found, we can discuss it at home." Home. The word felt wrong now, like a place that had never really been safe. Holland pulled out her badge and opened the door just enough for her voice to carry. "Ma'am," she said, "I'm Detective Mercer with the Financial Crimes Unit. I need you to step away from this office." There was a pause, a long one. Then Reagan laughed, a short, brittle sound. "Financial crimes," she said. "You must be mistaken. I'm just here to retrieve family documents. My father-in-law was not well. He was confused. My daughter has always been imaginative." Every word landed like a calculated strike. Holland didn't flinch. "We have reason to believe there was a prior attempt to access an account belonging to Eugene Pierce using forged documentation." Silence. I pressed my nails into my palm, grounding myself. "That's absurd," Reagan said finally. "I was his caretaker. I handled his finances. He trusted me." "Then you won't mind answering some questions," Holland replied. "I want to speak to my lawyer," Reagan snapped. "You can," Holland said, "after you step away from the door." I heard Reagan exhale sharply, the sound she made when things didn't go according to plan. Footsteps retreated. The pressure in my chest eased just slightly. Holland closed the door fully and turned back to me. "She didn't come here to protect you," she said. "She came to control the narrative." Rhodes nodded. "We've frozen the account," he added. "No movement, no access until this investigation is complete." I sank back into the chair, my legs suddenly weak. "What happens now?" Holland's gaze softened, just a fraction. "Now we follow the paper trail your grandfather left behind, and from what I've seen so far, he was very thorough." She was right. Over the next weeks, everything unraveled with terrifying speed. Subpoenas uncovered transfers I'd never known about. Small amounts at first, then larger ones. Money moving through shell accounts, landing in places that suddenly explained my mother's lifestyle. The renovations, the vacations, the sense of entitlement. Dashiell was questioned next. My brother denied everything until the documents were placed in front of him. His signature, his company, his silence. He never looked at me when we passed in the hallway of the courthouse. Reagan tried a different tactic. Letters, emails, voicemails filled with blame and guilt and rewriting history. She said she had done it all for the family, that my grandfather would have wanted it this way, that I was ungrateful, that I was cruel. I didn't respond. The case closed 6 months later. Reagan was sentenced for fraud and elder financial abuse. Dashiell took a plea deal that still cost him his career and his freedom. The farmhouse was sold. The accounts were restored. The money my grandfather had hidden, protected, and trusted me to find became legally mine. But the real inheritance wasn't the money. It was the truth. I left my job at the firm a month later, bought a small storefront with big windows and quiet mornings. I opened a bookstore. In the back, I set up a chess table, just like the one on my grandfather's porch. Above it, I framed his favorite saying. The truth is patient. It can wait longer than any lie. Sometimes customers ask about it. I smile and tell them it belonged to someone very wise. My mother doesn't write anymore. My brother doesn't call. And me. I sleep through the night now, knowing that the secret my family tried to bury didn't disappear. It waited.